cases, the instructions had the charm of a nonsense poem. Unreveal upside of B347K vest to gain carefree emoticon with motherboard output to attenuate mood swing penumbra. At last, with cardboard and polystyrene wrappings strewn around his ankles, he sat naked at my tiny dining table, eyes closed, a black power line trailing from the entry point in his umbilicus to a 13-amp socket in the wall. It would take 16 hours to fire him up. Then sessions of download updates and personal preferences. I wanted him now, and so did Miranda. Like eager young parents, we were avid for his first words. There was no loudspeaker cheaply buried in his chest. We knew from the excited publicity that he formed sounds with breath, tongue, teeth, and palate. Already his lifelike skin was warm to the touch and as smooth as a child's. Miranda claimed to see his eyelashes flicker. I was certain she was seeing vibrations from the tube trains rolling 100 feet below us, but I said nothing. Adam was not a sex toy. However, he was capable of sex and possessed functional mucous membranes, in the maintenance of which he consumed half a litre of water each day. While he sat at the table, I observed that he was uncircumcised, fairly well endowed, with copious dark pubic hair. This highly advanced model of artificial human was likely to reflect the appetites of its young creators of code. The Adams and Eves, it was thought, would be lively. He was advertised as a companion, an intellectual sparring partner, friend and factotum who could wash dishes, make beds, and think. Every moment of his existence, everything he heard and saw, he recorded and could retrieve. He couldn't drive as yet and was not allowed to swim or shower or go out in the rain without an umbrella or operate a chainsaw unsupervised. As for range, thanks to breakthroughs in electrical storage, he could run 17 kilometers in 2 hours without a charge or its energy equivalent, converse non-stop for 12 days. He had a working life of 20 years. He was compactly built, square-shouldered, dark-skinned, with thick black hair swept back, narrow in the face with a hint of hooked nose suggestive of fierce intelligence, pensively hooded eyes, tight lips that, even as we watched, were draining of their deathly yellowish-white tint and acquiring rich human colour, perhaps even relaxing a little at the corners. Miranda said he resembled a docker from the Bosphorus. Before us sat the ultimate plaything, the dream of ages, the triumph of humanism, or its angel of death. Exciting beyond measure, but frustrating too. 16 hours was a long time to be waiting and watching. I thought that for the sum I had handed over after lunch, Adam should have been charged up and ready to go. It was a wintry late afternoon. I made toast, and we drank more coffee. Miranda, a doctoral scholar of social histories, said she wished the teenage Mary Shelley was here beside us, observing closely, not a monster like Frankenstein's, but this handsome, dark-skinned young man coming to life. I said that what both creatures shared was a hunger for the animating force of electricity. "We share it too." She spoke as though she was referring only to herself and me, rather than all of electrochemically charged humanity. She was 22, mature for her years and 10 years younger than me. From a long perspective, there was not much between us. We were gloriously young. But I consider myself at a different stage of life. My formal education was far behind me. I'd suffered a series of professional and financial and personal failures. I regarded myself as too hard-bitten, too cynical for a lovely young woman like Miranda. And though she was beautiful, with pale brown hair and a long, thin face, and eyes that often appeared narrowed by suppressed mirth, and though in certain moods I looked at her in wonder, I decided early on to confine her in the role of a kind...